Matt Hunn here with MDH Technologies. Thank you for joining me today about the snipping tool. So this probably be a pretty short video, but snipping tool is really great little feature of Windows. It's just built into Windows 7 and Windows 8 and so on, and it'll allow you to capture portions of the screen or the whole screen. So a lot of people used to use the screenshots, and you can do that just by using print screen button on a keyboard or other keyboard shortcuts. But the snipping tool will allow you to do so much more because of the added features. You can just get a portion of the screen, the whole thing. You can do. There's a Freeform tool that you can use to just cut around a certain area or something. So you can use the functions of the snipping tool to capture Windows things like maybe error messages. If you wanted to capture an error message and send it to your IT person for diagnosis, that's a good way to communicate with your IT department. Or if there are portions of a web page or other things that maybe you're trying to collaborate on or discuss that you may not necessarily have in another way. So you can take portions of a web page, portions of a screen, and I'll kind of show you some examples here in just a moment. But first of all, we've got to pull up the snipping tool. So I'm using Windows 8.1, and to do that in Windows 8.1 there are a couple different ways. The first way is just by putting your mouse in the upper right hand corner there, and the search tool will snap to here. There we go. Search. Which it seems like it was acting a little buggy on the machine there. Anyway, you just start typing in snipping tool, and it'll find it before you finish the word. It'll use text prediction there. And once you see it here, just click on it. And there you go, there's the snipping tool. So the other way to get to it is just by going to your start screen, and you can accomplish that on Windows 8.1 by just putting the mouse in the lower left hand corner, clicking on the little window there, and once again just starts typing the word snipping tool. And there you go. And here we are. So you'll notice you can just hit new, and it will allow us to capture a particular area here, and by default this is what will come up, the rectangle shape here. But if we go to new snip, we could choose a freeform snip, which would allow us to cut around a particular area in whatever shape we can manage, like so. Or we can do a window snip, which will let us select a window. We've really only got one active window here, and that's the snipping window. At any rate, I probably should have had an extra window up there. Let's go to new snip and the full screen snip. So there you go. There's the full screen snip. All right, and it goes over to the right a little bit more as well. All right. So those are the different options that you have there, and then once you're ready to save your snip, you can do save as, and then your options are PNG, which is my personal preference, and then you have GIF, JPEG, or as an HTML format. So PNG is probably your best bet, and then you would just save it as you would a normal file. So that we're just capturing pictures of the desktop here, but if there was a window that was to pop up on the screen, or if we're to launch a browser here, let's go ahead and I will show you where we can capture portions of the screen. Okay, so we're going to tell it we want a rectangular snip. Move our tool out of the way, and we'll just capture the Google here. And so now we've got that available. So if there's a lot of content on a page and you just want to get a portion of the content for whatever reason, we'll just go to New, and we can minimize the, well, rectangular, there we go. We can capture just the area that we want, okay? So it's completely flexible what portion of the screen we decide to capture with the snipping tool, which is what makes it so great. So that's how you use the snipping tool, and how to find it, as well as what it's used for. Now if you're using a previous version of Windows 7 perhaps, you can get to the snipping tool by going to the Start menu, and then you can access it under the Accessories menu, the snipping tool there. You should also be able to access it in a similar way. If you pull up a search on Windows 7, you can type snipping tool and it'll find it there as well. Thank you for joining me. This is Matt Hunn with MDH Technologies.